Let's go to Dan in Coventry. Dan, good evening.
Hello, mate. I'm working as an engineer, and I unfortunately last year in June I had bypass surgery. I've recovered okay, and I'm back to work on a sort of walking around with a clipboard kind of thing. But I'm ready to go back now. My shift is days and nights. My surgeon has said to me, whatever you do, don't do nights, because that's bad.
Do you mind me asking, don't tell me if you don't want to, but I'm curious about what the surgery was and why you can't do nights.
It's a heart bypass surgery. So I had like a quadruple bypass surgery.
Goodness, okay. How long ago was this, Dan?
In June last year.
June 24.
Yeah.
And so your surgeon is clear that you shouldn't be working nights. Why is that? Is that because it puts strain on your valves?
Yeah, he says basically nights is not good for anyone. But I do days and nights. I've gone back on days and I'm able to do the job, no problem whatsoever. But he's saying don't do nights. Now, we've had people at our place that have had problems, or, well, I don't know what the problems were, but they said they couldn't do nights, and basically they've had to leave.
Has your doctor given you some medical evidence, a letter, saying you have been medically advised not to work nights?
No, but I could probably get that.
Okay, because the way you phrased it a second ago, Dan, you said that nights are just bad and no one should work nights.
Yeah.
I get that. Of course, basic science says that working nights is bad for our bodily rhythms.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in is whether you are in a particularly susceptible or dangerous position if you work nights because of your heart surgery. Is that what your surgeon's saying? Or is he just saying it's rubbish for anyone to work nights?
He says, well, do you know what? I can't actually remember what he said. It was bad, but whether it's particular to days and nights, I don't know.
Okay, because if it's bad for everyone, according to your surgeon, but you're not in a particularly susceptible or vulnerable position as a result of your surgery 6 months ago, then your employer doesn't have to do anything. If it's specifically bad for you because of your heart condition, then a couple of issues arise. First of all, the question arises whether you're disabled under the Equality Act, because if you're disabled, your employer has to make reasonable adjustments for you, and those reasonable adjustments would almost certainly include not rostering you at night time. The difficulty is going to be if you've fully recovered, you're probably not disabled. Have you fully recovered, Dan?
I'm not sure if you fully recover from something like that, but...
Well, the legal test is, are you still suffering from a condition that has a serious adverse effect on your ability to carry out day-to-day activities? So are you able to carry out your normal day-to-day activities?
Yes.
Yes, in which case you're probably not disabled, in which case the employer doesn't have a duty to make specific adjustments for you, and probably doesn't have to, under the Equality Act, remove you from night shifts. But how many years have you worked for this company?
20.
Okay. How many engineers does it have?
16.
16. If they try to dismiss you for not working night shifts, because you just refused, and you had medical evidence to say you shouldn't work them because of your heart condition, the chances are that a tribunal would say that's an unfair dismissal, because they shouldn't have dismissed you. They should have avoided dismissal by moving you just onto day shifts, which is not quite the same as a duty to make reasonable adjustments, but it's kind of similar in the effect. So you need to get that letter from your doctor. It needs to be absolutely crystal clear. If there's a hint of ambiguity about it, get him to write it again and give it to your employer and see what they say.